You can still drink protein like in the morning or before bed. I mean, I was going through I think it was a couple months ago where I was training a lot. I was going to the gym a lot. I was drinking like protein, making sure I was eating a lot of protein, and my body felt so shit in the end. I could just tell that I was dehydrated, that I had too much protein, that my kidneys were working way too hard because I was overeating protein and stuff like that. You know, it's all about a balance. You're talking to me, and where is Kat? Well, that's what I mean. I messaged Kat, I messaged Bobby, I messaged Fabian, and no one is messaging me back. Maybe I'll message Andrew. Andrew. Let's send Andrew a sticker. Kat is busy selling her possessions at Hard Rock, like every decent couch surfer should. She took over a week to sell her own stuff at Moda. She just kept being like, oh, I slept in. And now it's like 7 or 8 p.m. and Moda is closed. She kept gaming with you guys. Sebastian, hello. Hope you find the balance at Westfield. Enjoy catching your streams. Oh, thank you. Thank you for speaking up and telling me. Generic media diet fads do not work because there are so many different body chemistries. Exactly. Pepepo, how old am I? I'm 77. Most people don't eat enough vegetables unless they're vegetarian. Oh, Katsurugi-san, I've been having such a huge craving for veggies. You need to explore what works for them on an individual basis. And I'm so lazy. I'm too lazy to diet. Like, I'm relatively certain I have a mild case of IBS, but I'm too lazy to go through an elimination diet. You tried to get her to sleep earlier, but she's stubborn. What time did she end up sleeping, Kyle? It's all your guys' fault, T-Mac. T-Mac, hey, what up? Are you at work now? She's the meaning of life years old. What is it? I thought the meaning of life was like, what is the meaning of, wait, what's the meaning of life? Was that the number 42? Or is that rule 42? Rule 42 is there's a pouring of everything. Or something like that. What? 4:05 a.m. That's not late, Kyle. I slept at like 7 a.m. and then woke up at like 2 p.m. and then went out. That's probably why I'm so tired. 42. T-Max at work. That's rule 34 or something. Oh, okay. Ordering plants at work. Ah, this sounds so nice. I know it's probably boring for you, T-Mac, because you do it all the time and that is your job, but to me it sounds so, you know what, I miss Abby. I want to go back to Osaka and water Abby's garden. I may be a bit off time because you're all like 13 hours ahead of me. So I woke up like 8 hours ago. San X Pro, I knew it was 30 something, 35. Oh, Sampus, it's not Sandex Pro. Hi, hello, good morning, handsome man. With dairy, meats, and veg, carbs are weekend luxury. I found that I cut out carbs and then I felt like I needed it. Depends. Rule 35, the exception to Rule 34, is a citation of Rule 34. Go back to your other schedule next week. Hataman, we were just talking about you. Did you sneeze? Is that why you woke up? すいません。Yeah, to attack the issue constructively, do you know you want to stay in Japan, right? Or are you happy being somewhere else? Or is it even time to be somewhere else? Well, it's kind of like you also have to consider what you can do. It'd be easy enough for me to say, oh, I wish I was traveling the world, you know, easily and freely, but you know, it's not so easy. My visa, my contract, everything like that is all in Japan, so for now, Japan is the most feasible. I always thought that if I didn't and continue living in Japan, I'd do maybe like a working holiday visa in Canada, but you know, it's not exactly like borders are open right now. So I think I want to stay in Japan. Going back to Australia earlier this year helped me realize that I don't really see myself with a life there in Australia right now at this point in my life. Not to say that I might not go back when I'm older, but, and especially right now with the lockdown, it's just now people are responding. Bobby thinks Cat is still asleep. You were in Australia and got back into Japan. That must have been pretty early on in the game. Zedakon was in March. So I was there from the end of February to mid-March. And my flight back literally was the day that so I flew back here on the 20th. And that was the day they closed Australian borders. It was the day they closed it. And I was at the airport and I'm like, am I allowed to leave the country? And they're like, because they literally just announced it. They're like, just to be aware that you might not be able to come back. I'm like, it's okay, my residency is in Japan. And they're like, okay. So kind of Australia is the best. I don't know. Just well said. I go. Do you agree Australia is an evil place? But I never said Australia is an evil place. You might like Heaven's Lost Property, Ali. You're 5 episodes in. Well, actually, you guys were talking about isekai anime yesterday, and I was like, actually, I think I like isekai animes. So, I had a dream of visiting countries like Japan, Southeast Asia, Malaysia, Singapore, Taiwan, but visa and finance issues along with COVID made that dream evaporate. You wish you'd never left Japan. Also, wish you'd played your cards different. Would have been in Tokyo that way, not Fukuoka. Where are you now, Zedakon? It's so funny. I think the whole chat must be. Let alone loose ends regarding family. Yawning meanwhile. I don't think the world is going to get back to normal for at least 6 months, but 6 months is enough time to refrain into many modern professions, and it is short enough that you can endure it even if streaming feels tiresome. Honestly, I feel like coronavirus is going to be around for another year or so. No need to sugarcoat, Elliot. It's okay, you were. It's an evil. I never said that, Zelia. I would probably. I'm not entirely sure, but I probably want to retire in Australia. You got back to Japan just in time. A few other friends are equally lucky on that. Yeah, literally. And then for about a week after, some people were still leaving and were having issues, but eventually got there. You're home, Port Macquarie, New South Wales. Ah, right. Because yeah, I remember you being from Australia, but then we're in Japan, and then your next country to live in should be Luxembourg. I don't have to pay HEX in Japan. I don't have to pay HEX anyway. I have to pay my parents back. Oh, I'm so dizzy. I'm drunk, but I have more wine. Airlines are not planning to get back to normal for 4 years. Fuck. You know, that's another thing. I had a flight back to Australia, but I think the 8th of October next month. I need to call the airline and ask them what's up with that. Real talk, if I went back to BC for Xmas, do you think I came back into Osaka after? Are you a resident, Soyana? Maybe. Maybe you can, maybe not. Australia, Japan didn't work out. Australia to China to regain dollars, then COVID. So now back in Australia and broke. Damn, that sucks. Japan Rail is already planning to reduce train times too far. 2021. Yeah, I saw live that they're gonna reduce, like, the last train and reduce train times for 2021. For spring 2021. Parents say for me, knowing the age, your age, they must be Asian. They're fine. You have Qantas points you will never use. Do they expire? She left the whole thing with me because obviously I'm drunk. Qantas points only expire if you stop using them altogether. What do you mean by altogether? What's the definition of stopping using them altogether?